Thank you for tuning in to TalkWad.com, the world's fastest growing internet radio network. Please check out all the other great shows on www.talkwad.com.
You are listening to rockslamradio.com. From all studios to the world, we bring you the finest in quality entertainment. So grab a groupie, throw some horns, and settle in for another fine show from rockslamradio.com.
If you are watching this, don't be afraid. I am controlling this remotely and tracking you now through the internet. Your IP address is unique, like a fingerprint or a shoe print in the snow that leads directly to your home. Lock your doors, cover your windows, and settle in for a night with Madstreet Hotel. It is for your protection from the things that go bump in the night.
It's Madstreet Hotel with your host Michael Madstreet, featuring unsigned artists, unpaid guests, videos and music, and possibly a visit from the Lucid Stoner. Sit back and enjoy on your iPod, iPad, ThinkPad, or MaxiPad. And now, Michael Madstreet.
Hello, hello. We're so glad you're here. Terrific. It's nice to be here in the first show of February. If you're not familiar with the show, this is a show of large proportions, a lot of satire, a lot of music from unsigned artists and unsigned guests. If this is your first visit to the hotel, we welcome you. We hope that you'll spend the night. And we have a room all ready for you. The linens are fresh. And there's a nice, tasty chocolate mint on your pillow. But don't be thinking about that yet. We're going to head to the club level in a little bit. And we're going to listen to some music at the club level. We've got a very interesting guest from Holistically Speaking that's going to share a couple of words with us. And as always, we'd like to thank our sponsors. And tonight's sponsor will be okay, we got a problem.
Eliminates perfumey odors that shampoos and conditioners leave behind. This is your ticket to people finding you dairy interesting. Madstreet Hotel is brought to you by the makers of the Cheese Cone. 100% Wisconsin cheese is a secret to taming that dew. Eliminates perfumey odors that shampoos and conditioners leave behind. This is your ticket to people finding you dairy interesting. You will be the sharp-dressed man because your hygiene says Cheddar. And by the makers of self-adhesive notes have done it again. Combined the practicality of a notepad with the pungent smell of fish. Great as a practical joke, they can be hidden under a colleague's desktop for months or even years. Even the most high-strung lady will question her own hygiene with one of these discreetly attached to her back. When the message stinks, it must be a fish note. Gilly, I still have a certain hesitation about leaving this spot. Amsterdam? Hesitating now is quite uninspirational. We have females ready to mambo. But what if the source of the power that holds us to this location is even stronger inside? Will we ever be able to walk away or see the outside again? More importantly, how will this episode end if we are no longer able to pan up the front of the hotel to the side? Boy, Amsterdam, you think too much. Have another drink, will you? A good suggestion, Gilly. On we go, then. First dibs on the presidential suite. Well, we're back, and we have an interview tonight with Alvin.
Yes, Alvin.
With Holistically Speaking. And he's got a bunch of interesting things to tell us tonight. And I was actually speaking to Alvin out in the hall, and he was telling me a little bit about his show. Tell me about when your show's on and things like that.
My show goes live on Mondays at 7:30 to 8:30.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of right before us.
Yeah, a little bit before you.
Yeah, that sounds great. So what's the upshot of the show? Tell me a little bit about Holistically Speaking. You tried to explain to me that it's not just about whole foods or things like that.
Yeah, holistic simply means looking at something as a whole. When you have like a holistic doctor or something, they try to attempt to look at the whole person. Are they happy, or what is everything going on, and not generally just the symptoms. I attempt to look at everything, as a whole. I do have some holistic doctors going to be coming on, as well as holistic therapies. I've got a ex-professional wrestler coming on soon. He was the Blonde Bomber. Definitely looking forward to that. I've got some different groups coming on, different comedians, all kinds of things.
Awesome. So, what kind of comedy do you get into?
Skit comedy. I've wrote some various skits. One thing I'm looking forward to doing, and I've wanted to do this for a while, I want to go to California and run down that famous hill in a sundress.
Nice.
Yeah, the Little House on the Prairie.
Absolutely.
And I want to hire a midget to dress up as Carrie, and you know how she falls down in the inner. I want to push him down.
Excellent. I think Chelsea Lately's done that already. But anyway, tell me a little bit more about your philosophy of life. Evidently, you spoke about kind of your path to becoming whole, and obviously we're all on the path to becoming complete. Where are you on that path?
Where am I now? Yeah. To be honest, my path, I didn't love myself, and I just thought I wasn't worth anything. And I needed, somebody, in my life to complete me. And, now it's more like, I want somebody there rather than needing somebody. When I was, chasing after, a female of sorts, or various females, it was kind of like a 5-year-old's idea of what a girlfriend is, if you understand that.
Absolutely. Sure.
Because those things that, we see when we're a child, we see that, a female, a girlfriend, you spend more time with a girlfriend or boyfriend, and they get more time than, say, a regular friend would, and you see a lot of the emotional intimacy between them. You don't see any much more than that. So that's kind of like what I was looking for.
So that brought you to a place where evidently there's a broken relationship in here somewhere.
Yes.
And you started looking at yourself and saying, what will make me whole?
Yes.
And you're also, part of making you whole is trying to carry that same message to others, that there is a path, if you will, and you're on it, and some of your guests that are on your show help kind of point the way somewhere.
That's correct. What really helped get me on the path, and honestly, it was a female, but when I fell, for somebody, thought I was falling for somebody, and I hit concrete, all that was left there was for me to look at me.
Yeah, I can see how that is. As a matter of fact, we have, in 30 seconds, we have a song called Tender Grass that speaks to a broken relationship exactly like that. I encourage you to stick around. We're going to have Alvin back here in just a little bit, and we're going to kind of complete our interview. And I'm going to ask Alvin a question. If I had one question to ask, it's going to be, where do you want to be in exactly 1 year? Where do you want to be? Now, you take time to think about that. Don't answer yet. I'm going to give you all the time in the world. And we're going to go to this video and hope that everything turns out right.
think it's time we met in the middle? Put aside the distance that keeps us apart. Don't you think that I remember the last thing you said to me? And if not inclined to see silver in the lining, much less treasure made of gold, hasn't time brought us to our knees as we grow old? And even though we penned the final chapter, still an epilogue remains. Why should the writing on our hearts carry the blame? Let the new rain cool and cleanse the memory, and paint the past in a watercolor hue. Me and you, me and you. After winter's kill comes spring and summer. Is it the lion or the lamb? Why must we always choose the same direction when the tender grass sprouts anew?
Hey, we're back. And we have Alvin with Holistically Speaking. And we left Alvin with a query, a quandary right before the break that he needs to answer for himself. If he's going to be whole, I think it happens in phases. And what's going to happen in this next year? Where do you see yourself in 12 months, Alvin?
In 12 months, I look forward to continuously growing myself and learning more. I work on learning more every day, and I want to be happy and having more fun. I want to continue to be happy, and also spreading that message, and helping people help themselves, including helping myself, and just doing it on a larger scale.
So you believe laughter is some of the best medicine you can get a hold of?
Oh, most definitely. And it's one of the things I find annoying. If you've been to a doctor's office lately, you go in there and they got in the Tampa Bay area, they got Bay News 9 on.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm going to the doctor because I want to feel better. You're going to show me something that's depressing?
Well, the news definitely has a downside to it. I hesitate to even look what happened today. Did anything good happen today?
I don't know because I don't watch the news. I honestly don't.
It doesn't feed your spirit?
No, it does not.
That's great. So in 12 months, you're still going to be doing your show in 12 months? That's the question.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely. But I like this is, I can go anywhere. And one of the places I'll definitely be heading to is California.
That sounds great. Are you going to do any kind of remote broadcast or?
Yes, I'm looking forward to doing that. But I'm saying I'm looking at the fact that this is internet radio, and there's nowhere in the world I can't go and hook up to a microphone.
That is absolutely true, and that's the beauty of internet radio. I'm going to take a second here and get on my soapbox. Alvin, it was a tremendous pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for stepping in.
And I look forward to having you on my show as well, and thank you very much for the opportunity.
Well, that'd be awesome. The thing I want to talk about just for a second before we go to our next video is musicians. There are a lot of musicians out there right now that are starving, believe it or not. They have a tough time making a couple of bucks at a band job. I don't know what happened to the entertainment industry, but for a lot of musicians, it just went to hell in a handbasket. That with so much access on the internet, and you see, you're getting free music here on the show. Very little of it is going to the artists. We need to be banding together. And what happened to the days of the free concerts and the venues where bands could play and actually make a little bit of money or make some tips? You go clubbing, you see very few live bands anymore in the clubs, and the ones that are there are they're each making maybe $50 a night, and they probably worked all week putting their chops together and been together for years, and the best they can do is maybe $50 a week. So enough of that. It's not necessarily has to be a sad story, but I'm telling you, my brothers and musicians, they need to be supported, and we need to demand more live music in our clubs, and take that message to the street if you don't mind. So we're going to go to something that we had fun with a couple of weeks ago, and we're going to try this again. It's called the Madstreet Guide to Surviving the Apocalypse, and I hope that doesn't come in the next 12 months out.
I don't think it will.
The Madstreet Guide to Survive the Apocalypse with Michael Madstreet.
Hello. Here I am at my fallout shelter. Now, in the apocalypse, you're going to be looking for a bit of normalcy in your life. And there is nothing more normal than giving a gift to someone that's more unfortunate than you. The people that are the most unfortunate are the ones that are pounding outside your door. That's right, the zombies. Now you'll be looking for a bit of wrapping paper for these special presents. Something like newspaper or old band posters. They're quite colorful, really. And you can take them, fold them, tape them, and they'll turn into a great piece of wrapping paper. Now you've got to remember, you're going to have to select gifts that fit each zombie's particular need. Now, if you're more the Howard Hughes recluse, you're going to be using tissues for wrapping paper. So I've got some nice tissue here. Now, if you see a student zombie out there, someone around 19 or 20, they might relate better to something made out of notebook paper. Remember, you're just trying to make do in the apocalypse. There aren't that many resources around. Old bills can also make a lovely wrapping paper. Or colored duct tape. You know, these duct tape is quite handy for everything in the apocalypse. Make sure you stock up so you can see how we're going to wrap our box. How easy it is. It sticks quite nicely. You're not going to need Scotch tape for this one. Each of these rolls is a different color, though it's hard to see. Then you might make yourself a right nice bow for the top. And then you'll have something that any zombie would be proud to accept from you as you throw it out the door into the street at them. So you've got to pick presents that match the needs of your zombies. This particular present is for One-Eyed Jackie. It is a bottle cap eye patch, and that ought to keep her mighty happy, keep bugs and the like out of the eye socket for her. So the next gift we're going to look at is for Matted Hair Matty. Yes, we see her with the awful personal hygiene, and this ought to assist her in her efforts. Then we've got a hat for Headless Harry. I'm sure he'll appreciate the joke. I don't know. He might just carry it with him in case things go better for him. Then we've got a pair of sunglasses for Cross-Eyed Dan. This ought to make him more popular with the ladies out there. Everybody loves a cool zombie. So then there's a zombie out there that I call Half-Naked Ned Kelly. Whenever I see him out there in the street, I think, that chap needs a shirt. So I've got one to spare here, and I want to know what you think about it. You know, it's all about, when you look out the window, what you see staring back at you. I think this message is quite nice. And because I believe in inspiring people to reach their dreams and their true potential, I found this little gift that I'm going to give to the zombie I call Screaming Sally. She seems to be reaching, telling me that she wants to be a singer someday as she howls outside my door. Many people can't see the trees for the forest. Many people wouldn't recognize that Open Gash Gary. The best present for him would be a needle set to help him close up some of his wounds and also help reconnect some of the body parts that he's missing. And then there's Bubba Onefoot. He's out there gimping around with one shoe on, one bare foot. Maybe he'll wave at me next time instead of shaking that axe. So please remember, even though it is the apocalypse, you can still take time to share. From my shelter, this is Michael Madstreet's Guide to Surviving the Apocalypse.
The Madstreet Guide to Surviving the Apocalypse with Michael Madstreet.
Slide behind the moonlit wall. Hide, we should hide, we should hide, we should hide before it finds. We have met and we have met and
walk in the harbor where the boats are all tied up tight, where the waves of the sea kept calling to me, come on and sail your ship all night. You were always a starter. When it came to sailing, I was lost. And as I look back and recall, I still remember it all. Captain, you said at any cost. You take the weight on your shoulders, undaunted by the wrath of the sea. Never afraid to go sailing out of the harbor. Now the voice I hear, I swear it is not wind across the water that takes me sailing gracefully, sailing back in time. And all the faces that come back to me, you're still the one that matters. As I go sailing, we go traveling in my mind. Took a walk in the harbor, not a land, not a man in sight. The air was fresh and free, boundless serenity. All the ghosts had taken flight. I threw a stone in the water, watched it skip across the waves and die. And I heard the captain call, the risk is worth it all. I knew I'd sail the endless sky. I threw off all of my armor, cast it down and shouted out to the sea. I'm not afraid to go sailing out of the harbor. Now a voice I hear, I swear it is not wind across the water that takes me sailing gracefully, sailing back in time.
ladies and draft poured right from the glass. It could be 10 to 4 or 10 to 3 before we find a woman that will marry me. Hey, Enoch, this is the start of a wonderful night. Tell me Tampa is a wonderful town if you've got a honey. Palm trees, the ocean, bright lights, and plenty of money. And you know the score. We'll walk out that door. And still really nothing to show. Hey, no, I had a good time here. It's 1:45, and maybe I'm done for the night. We search with our hearts, shaking the tree to try and find the one that would marry me. Hey, now, it's a wonderful night.
We're back. I must say this, that all shows need to let you know that they're proudly brought to you by Talkwad Network. Please check out the other shows with the Talkwad Network at www.talkwad.com. Now, naturally, we prefer you here with Rock Slam Radio, and I hope you're having a good time this evening. We have a few more tunes for you. Let me grab this. This is by a group called the Broken Sons of Karma. It's a song called All You People, and it was nicely sent to me by Douglas Reynolds. Great. Well, that was awesome. I love that tune. Well, we're going to finish up here, and I hope you've had a good night with us. We've had the Madstreet Guide to Surviving the Apocalypse. We've had Holistically Speaking. I'm going to play one more tune, and then we're going to play the outro. And what was it going to be? Okay, hold on here. I got something. Yeah. Yeah, this one. I love this tune.
If you ever wanted to say hi, and if you ever want to stop by, and if there's anything I can never do, just a whisper from you, and you can have a piece of my heart, and all you need to do is take a part, and if there's anything you ever need, close your eyes, think of me. And darling, I just wanted to tell you I love you across many miles. And all this distance has somehow awakened me and my love across many miles. Across many miles. Across many miles. And when I'm done, you know, and you are the one. What else can I tell you? This flower blooms for two. Darling, I just wanted to tell you I love you across many miles. And all this distance has somehow awakened me and my love across many miles. All this distance has somehow across many miles awakened me and my love across many miles. Awaken me and my love across many miles.
It's Michael Madstreet. And we're out. Thank you very much for watching tonight and listening, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself.